Hi, my name is Sam Johnson and I am a voice teacher. Today I will be reacting to and analyzing Taeyeon performing Drawing Our Moments. Before we start listening to it, I want to promote a free event next weekend, the Sacred Artistry Summit, hosted by Honey La Rochelle. I'm one of about 20 different people who are going to be interviewed and talking about how to succeed in music without even trying. JK, you might have to try a little bit. But I will be being interviewed on how to conquer YouTube and sing with ease, which I am so good at both of those things. If you are interested in hearing about either of those things, click the link in the description.
근데 그냥 가기 너무너무 아쉬워서 정말 마지막 곡 한 곡만 더 들려드리고 갈게요. 여러분이 라이브로 몹시 듣고 싶어 하셨던 곡입니다. 너를 그리는 시간 들려드릴게요. 클라이막스만 들려드릴게요. 수없이 새로운 날이 두렵지 않게 더 깊어갈 모든 순간 바라봤던 날 그려봐온 날.
Good. She sounds great. First off, she doesn't sound live. I don't really care, but it sounds like there's been a lot of computer editing from my ears, and a lot of times that happens with live performances. If you don't think that it happens, you're wrong, and if you think you can hear it all the time, you're wrong. So it's just safer to assume that there is something on all of the music that we listen to. This, it's a little bit more obvious. It just sounds more like a finished product than, not a finished product, that's not the best word. It just sounds more produced than most live performances. But her voice, she sounds like she's singing really, really well. She's spending a lot of time up around a major bridge in most high voices. She's going up to the C sharp a lot, to the B. It's just right on a passaggio heavy area, and it just sounds nice. It doesn't sound like she's trying to force anything. It doesn't sound like it's the most difficult in the world, but it also sounds like there's this energy that people kind of want to listen to singers that sound like it's difficult. And the thing is, a lot of times when singing is done well, it's not very difficult. I think that she's probably in that position where you kind of have to fake that it's more difficult than it is, or else you don't look very interesting. So she's a good performer, and it sounds like she's got a really good, solid base of vocal technique. So she looks really intense everywhere above her lips. From here below, everything is a pretty smooth, even movement. I don't see a lot of extra effort. There's not a lot of extra movement at all. Like, it's kind of minimal. It's just going up and down a little bit because you have to open your mouth. But I don't see very much tension. Like, I mean, I think that I would love to just check in and see if it feels comfortable opening her mouth in the way that she is, but I would bet that the answer is yes. Looks like everything's going well, but a lot of times when people get that intense look above their lips, it'll also kind of gravitate to being really tense down here, which is not fun and not good for singing. It sounds bad and it feels worse. And then she goes into the flip at that last part there. It's good. It's good. I really like what she's doing with her eyes because she's holding focus whenever she looks somewhere. She looks at it really intensely. And then rather than seeing a lot of eye shifts, she mostly goes from that to just closing her eyes. But it's done in a way that feels like it's like it's not chaotic or like it's not hiding from people. It's just, I have to close my eyes because this is so intense. helps you really feel like she's feeling things. And a lot of times performers don't do that, especially more amateur performers. It looks like they're confused, or they don't know what they're singing about, or that they're nervous to be there. And a lot of those things manifest in the eyes being kind of all over the place, right? Like, if I'm talking about this like this, do you take me more or less seriously if I'm like, oh yeah, I really like teaching voice, and voice is the thing that I care about, but my eyes are going all over the place like this. Or I really care about teaching voice. Voice is a thing that I care about. And just holding your focus in that way makes people take you a little bit more seriously. And it's something that a lot of us have to practice, because maybe we won't default to using our eyes in that way, especially when we go to actually sing a song. So I think that she's a really good example of how to use your face well while you're singing to get people to take you seriously. Yeah, she looks like she's doing a lot well, and there is substantial computer involvement in making it sound like it does in my room right now. But watching her, I'm not like scared for her to do anything. There's just this element of composure that she has that makes me trust that she's going to do a good job. I've been watching this masterclass by Dan Brown on Masterclass. This is not an ad, but it is a pretty useful website. I've been liking a lot of watching people talk about storytelling, especially just writers of fiction. And he made the point that as an author, you want to make the audience trust that you're going to deliver on your promises. That if you go out and you start telling a story and you start dangling these carrots, that you're not going to like forget about them, and that the audience can trust that even though there's a lot of chaos going on and a lot of heartbreak maybe in whatever you're saying, because conflict is a really important part of storytelling, and it doesn't matter what genre you're telling story in, whether it's writing or singing or acting or whatever, it's all the same. You need to just like be able to be trusted enough that you're not going to go completely off the rails or forget about them or disappoint them in that way, and that like you'll take care of your audience. And watching her, I just feel like, yeah, she knows what she's doing. It doesn't matter how heartbroken I'm going to be by watching her in this moment, because if I am relating to her and she looks pretty heartbroken or intense or whatever, but I'm not going to feel like, I don't think that she's going to end up in a place that I feel comfortable at the end of it. Like watching the whole thing, you're not scared that she's going to crack or break or do anything. And that's not because of the computers. That's because of how she holds herself, and because it's obvious that she knows how to sing. So there is an element of, you have to still know what you're doing even when there's a lot of computer involvement. It doesn't take away, the value of talent. And Taeyeon is very talented. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. Go check out the links in the description. Go watch me talk and watch all my other videos so that I get 1 billion views and I can take over the world.